One of the perennial questions we have about public consultation and engagement is how much do you have to disclose, other than, of course, the output that comes out of the dialogues themselves? Now, I've been looking into the recent decisions of the Information Commissioner, because you'd be surprised how many of the 200-odd cases that they process in the ICO every month do concern engagement and consultation. And almost at random, just look at the last few months, there is an interesting case from Coalfield Parish Council, somewhere near Horsham, I think, where there'd been a controversy over a wind farm, and the complainant had put in a Freedom of Information request for so much information. The council had produced some of it, but not all. Goes to the Information Commissioner, they're told you've got to produce all of it. Doesn't always go like this. If you go back just a month earlier, in Leeds, where there'd been a controversy over a cycle lane, a particularly enthusiastic campaigner had put an extraordinary list of things that he requested to know about. And the ICO ruled this was unreasonable. It took too much of the resources of the council. I'm not sure if it was vexatious, but it was pretty close to being vexatious. Now, we had a recent case in Lincolnshire hospitals. A request was made for certain information. They provided some of it. This often is the case, but they were told to provide all of it. A little further south, again, a few months ago, Cambridgeshire County Council was told that it had to disclose the names of councillors who'd been involved in certain stakeholder dialogues. And hilariously, or rather ironically, let me tell you about a case last December, went under the radar, where the Department of Levelling Up was upbraided for not responding to a Freedom of Information request. Guess what? About a 2016 consultation, ironically, on changes to the Local Government Transparency Code. And the department was told, you've got to produce all the data on the output of that consultation, even though they hadn't shamefully published it. But they were allowed to retain all the documentation relating to the government response, had there been any. Now, these are all different. Organizations today and every day are receiving requests of enormous complexity, whether they're large organizations like the ministry or small organizations like a parish council. And the reality is we need people to be able to respond to this because we live in an age of transparency. That's why I spend a considerable amount of time urging people to equip themselves with the right tools. Nothing short of a sophisticated stakeholder management system will enable some of these requests to be properly responded to. Not only do you need the systems, you need people who know how to store and skillfully retrieve the information when it's needed. And probably they need some training in consultation and the Freedom of Information Act.